For me, it was a huge, roller coasters, summer, sci-fi action flick.
The war is long over. You and the other priests did your jobs.
The Priest, the comic book, takes place in the past, and this takes place in that world's future. Ivan Isaacs in the comic, which this is not, has a scar of a cross on his forehead. These guys are soldiers, and as an homage to him, have a tattoo of a cross.
There was a vamp attack. Your brother, he's hurt bad.
Where's Lucy?
They took her.
When it came to Hicks, he had a very single-track mind. He was, he had tunnel vision because the person that he loved was missing, so nothing else really mattered at that point. And he knew that he would do anything, risk anything, sacrifice anything in order to get to the person he loved.
And I had to keep the faith that he would come after me, but at the same time I had to prepare for the idea that he wasn't, and I had to grow up and become a woman and fight for myself. So it was a personal journey, as well as, everyone's character had their own arc, and then we all came together for a common purpose.
There are vampire movies that are out, and they're sort of very straightforward, and they deal on one level with what you're talking about. And what's nice about Priest is that there are all these levels of vampire. You have your sort of queen, you have your hive guardians, you have your hybrid sort of familiars, which are just basically people that are infected, and then you have a new breed of person, which Carl plays in the film.
Now you ask me what I am. I am the bringer of the tide. I am the wave that will wash clean this unclean world. And you and your priest will help me do it.
I certainly loved Clint's films growing up, and when you put on that iconic hat and you're wearing a big duster, people are naturally going to think of that. It's wonderful to see the resurgence in the Western genre of years late.
I think the action stuff was pretty challenging, and sort of a lot of that is pretty memorable.
The battle royale that happens on top of the train at the end of the movie, it's almost the entire fifth reel of the film is just non-stop blistering action, and I'm really pleased with the way it turned out, and it feels really satisfying end to the film. When
I fly off the train, I just remember shooting it so well because it was my first day with wire work, and I had a corset on, and I'm flying through the air, and there's like 70-mile-an-hour winds on me with a fan. I was so scared doing it the first time, just flying backwards off of it, that I was screaming, but it was okay because Lucy had to scream.
I mean, any of the motorcycle stuff was a blast for me, especially when they had the train and we were shooting out in the middle of the desert or in the salt flats. To be able to do anything by the train is always a heightened level of intensity.
I loved Maggie's weapon. When she flings it up in the air, catches the guy and pulls it, and he just explodes. I thought that was really, really cool.
The knife, it's based on the double shadow knife, which was created in the 1970s, and you press a button and the thing separates into two knives. It wasn't a special effect, it really did separate. It had springs in it, and you press the button and one blade jumped across to the other hand. It was pretty cool.
It's a fun, action-packed, post-apocalyptic sci-fi western. It's kind of a new thing, and it's a fun ride. It's got great characters that you care about, and we just hope that audiences embrace it and have as much fun watching it as we had making it.